Whoa, what's going on, everybody? Pat, you there, bud?
I'm here.
I guess. Hold on here. There we go. There we go. That's us. That's us. Little late night shenanigans. You got P and M in the PM
Hey,
covering
listen,
this covering this Flyers game.
look, we're here. I don't know if the Flyers are here, but we're here.
Oh, that was a rough one. Oh,
I mean, you know what? To start this off, last night, uh, John Torella has a press conference. Still not to use the excuse. They're saying the West Coast swing takes them a while to get in the swing of things. Um, Not exactly the excuse you want to use. I guess I'll buy you some time, but again, and it's a back to back, and you're switching goalies. I get all that. However, um, just your style applied tonight was just awful, god awful.
it's been the last 48 hours, man. Like this has been some of the worst hockey I've seen out of the Flyers in a long time. And
uh, Losing 6 out of 7, you dropped 37 goals. You hell the Devils tonight got themselves for a touchdown.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you went up the turnpike. They were there physically, but I think mentally they're somewhere else right now. That Habs team a night ago had four guys out of the starting lineup. Four guys out of their starting lineup, and they put up 5 goals. And then you gave up 12 goals in 24 hours and only scored two. Like there's a it's
There's trouble behind the closed doors with this team. There is, I mean, Charles Connecting is obviously to you the leader of this team, and with him not his province not even being there. I mean, um, but still, 37 goals in 7 games is embarrassing. And like you said, and me, the big question for me is how does this GM still have a job?
Yeah. Oh well,
Job.
we've been discussing that for a while. Like he should have been fired months ago. The only thing I can think of is they're going to get rid of him at the end of the year. They probably figured it might have been too late or whatever, so they're just going to hold on to him for until the end of the year. But uh, to me, man, their lackluster play is just killing me.
And you mentioned too, Mike, yesterday. You said last night that they were missing 5 guys, 5 starting players. You had Nick Suzuki. I mean, last time I checked, Nick Suzuki wasn't Wayne Gretzky. I mean, he looked like Wayne Gretzky yesterday, and then all of a sudden tonight you're getting mauled by Jack Hughes, who's an up and coming. We all know he's been playing phenomenal this year. Fifth in goals. Ninth in points. I mean, the
Yeah,
guy.
he's a stud. He's a stud. That
Uh,
kid.
and again, that's going to be a problem for the Flyers for years to come. We do not need. However, the Flyers have their own problems. The guys in the mirror. It is what it is. This is an island of misfits toys. This is a team of a bunch of AHL players. We've alluded to this, and this is, and like you said, this is the worst brand of hockey that we've seen in a long time.
Yeah, it's
Long
really
time.
kind of it's really hard to watch. I mean, for us, we got to cover it. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Between us two, Al and Matty B, like by the end of this season, dude, like if we're not alcoholics, I don't know what's gonna be because they're
Yeah.
tough to watch, man. It really is. And
Yeah.
to me, like there's just no oomph in this offense at all. Like their offense is on life support. Like
Yeah.
I mean, in the start of the game, it's on life support. Not by the end of the game. In the beginning,
And what I alluded to yesterday on the post game show from watching the and listen, the Owen Tippett line looked somewhat okay with him and Morgan Frost, but it's I alluded to like our wrestling world. They got that host spot. They look like they're coming back, and then Montreal just dusted them. Just put out the fire immediately.
yeah, yeah,
Again, you have 7 different players tonight on the scoreboard. 7 different, again, you goes that Jonas Slater between 2 defenders. I mean, that shot was between a tight window. I'm thinking, okay, that one just squeezed by. And again, for the first 20 minutes, the Flyers played them tough. Tough. I'm like, okay, we're going to get a game tonight. It's again, it's a divisional matchup. Again, the '90s. I've hated the Devils before the Penguins were even a thought. I hated the Devils.
right.
And it's nights like this is just like I talk my hands up. Well, what am I supposed to say? What am I supposed to say? It's just dreadful tonight. Again, you got Dawson and Mercer, and guys are just being found left wide open, just in front of the net. Guys are not making their plays. I mean, I saw one play tonight from Ivan Provy, and I thought, okay, you showed up tonight, and boy was I wrong. Boy was I just being optimistic and looking for answers. 'Cause nobody, not even Gritty was even in attendance, so you can't blame him. And it looks like, and to you and I, John Tortorella is standing in his own personal hell. His own personal hell.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he can't wait for Chuck Fletcher to get out of here too, because I think he's kind of, in the way of what the Flyers want to do.
Hmm.
Like you could just see it in his face. Like I'm expecting an epic Tortorella meltdown coming soon. Like you could just see it on his face. And to be honest with you, when they hired Tortorella, me and you were in total agreement. We thought it was a bad move.
Hmm.
I actually feel so bad for this guy. Like this dude's probably got ulcers that he didn't even know he had.
He's
He
getting
really
worse.
does.
He's popping
Yeah, I mean,
Advil.
he's popping.
I
He's
mean,
drinking Malox. He's drinking Malox by the gallon.
and again, and to the Devils who've turned their season around again, they've shown you directions. They have a direction. They've been putting it
Well,
together.
hold on. They listen. They were at the bottom of the. They were at the
Yeah,
bottom
that's
of
what
the
I'm
division for
saying.
like
But
5 years. Yeah, but they were down there for 5 years. You know what I mean?
they
Like,
got themselves a stud, and they built around him. They've built around that kid, Jack Hughes. And his brother may be coming over too. And now the news might be coming out that Patrick Kane might be coming to the Rangers for a last go around. Something more the Flyers don't need to have to adapt to.
listen. I'm not worried about down the line. We're looking at what's in front of us. Down the line, forget about it, man. It's just going to be. It's bad.
dreadful. It's
Bad. I
dreadful.
mean, hopefully at the end of this, we have a silver lining, and it's Connor Bedard. Not to be confused with you, but it's Bedard.
Man, listen, if you had me on the team, I don't think it would be much of a difference right now. I think I would fit in right with this team the way it's going.
Yeah, you on ice skates. Yeah, you'd be probably better than Justin Braun. That dude. They had him playing wing last night. Did you see that? He was
Getting
playing.
burnt.
Oh, dude, he was playing right wing last night. I was like, I don't know about tonight. I didn't. He looked like he was back to normal, but I was.
And again,
Right.
Torella is just trying to throw mix up cards, see what works, whatever. If this works, listen, let me try this line. Let me try that line. Nothing is going his way. And again, it sucks because you had one shiny spot, maybe two. And I said to a lot of people today at my job, I said, nah, Sam Harrison's going to get cooked tonight. I said, there's no chance he's going to carry this team over for a dub. And for the first period, it looked okay. I'm like, okay, maybe I'm going to eat my words. Nah.
Yeah,
Nah,
that second period started, and they were out of gas.
yeah,
Like the defense again, man. Like you're just sitting back. It just looked like Jersey wanted to do what they wanted to do. And you got to take their hat off, Charlie. Listen, Jersey's been a pretty good team this year. Like really kind of behind, Boston. If you're looking at the standings here for real quick, which by the way, we are going to go around the league in just a little bit. But if you're looking at the standings right now, the Devils are in second place. But if you look at the playoff picture, like right now, they're only, they're right there. They're only 5 points behind Carolina for
correct.
this part. So, although, if I'm going to pick a surprise team in this playoffs, Pat, out of this conference, like everybody's on Boston right now, and as they should be, because Boston's definitely the cream of the crop. But right after if you're looking for a surprise, not a surprise team, but a team that nobody's really kind of talking about, is this Carolina Hurricanes team. They are stacked and they are good, man.
Listen, they had the Ottawa Senators come into their house last night, and they mopped the floor with them 4-0. They took Drew to the woodshed, and they beat the brakes off them. I mean, look, it's going to be wild times. That you have the Devils there, you have the Rangers there, you have Toronto, you have the Lightning, and then the wild card spot is really what catches my eye, because you have the Penguins, someone on the out. They're right there, the whole on the two, the last spot. But I mean, right there in the hunt, you have Buffalo and Detroit.
Detroit's been kind of sneaky
good.
Yeah, them and Buffalo too. Buffalo's been kind of like that too.
Yeah.
Pat, I'm gonna run over these
Yeah, as you
scores.
do that, I'll
I'm
be
gonna go.
right back with you.
You got it, brother. Right now, guys, we're gonna go over to the. We're gonna go to the scoreboard right now. Columbus earlier today, in a shootout, wild shootout, they beat the Edmonton Oilers 6-5. It was the Washington Capitals doubling up on the Rangers 6-3. The Pittsburgh Penguins get back on the winning track today with a 3-2 win in overtime over the St. Louis Blues. The Anaheim Mighty Ducks actually shock the Carolina Hurricanes today 3-2 in Carolina. The Senators beat the Canadiens 5-2, and the Boston Bruins beat the Vancouver Canucks 3-1. Right now, in the third period, with about 3 minutes left to go in the game, it's Tampa Bay 2-0 over the Detroit Red Wings, and in the first, right now, it is 2-0 Colorado over Calgary, and the Dallas Stars and Vegas Golden Knights are scoreless. About 5 minutes left to go in the opening period there. So, guys, there's your trip around the score. There's your trip around the NHL for tonight. Flyers lose, and they lose bad, 7-0 to the New Jersey Devils. But for me, it's just bad. But, guys, while Pat is away, we're going to pay some bills. So, if you are looking for tickets, make sure you go to sherrystickettown.com. Enter the promo code EOP10, you will get 10% off, and you will definitely save. They have sports, concert tickets, theater, all the good stuff. Make sure you go there to check them out, www.sherrysticks.com, and like I said, type in the code EOP10. The price you see is the price you pay. There is no hidden fees. So, like I said, make sure you get over there and check them out. You got the Philly season coming up. You got Sixers, NBA playoffs coming up. Some concerts. Make sure you get over to Sherry's Tickets. All right. And, of course, if you get into any kind of trouble or anything, make sure you hit up our guy, David Archeri, for workers' compensation, motor vehicle accidents, personal injury, or criminal law. Make sure you reach out to him at 610-565-0300. That's www.cherryinjurylaw.com. And tell them that the boys from EOP sent you over. And guys, if you're in Delco, make sure you get over to Dolan's Bar, 24 Sellers Ave in Ridley. You never know who you're going to run into over there. When you get over there, make sure you give our boy PJ a shout. Tell him that we sent, you heard about it over here, over on EOP. And yeah, like I said, man, you just never know. Me and my wife, believe it or not, we went there for Game 2 of the World Series, and Lenny Dykstra was there. So, like I said, you never know who you're going to find in there. So make sure you guys get over to Dolan's Bar, and you'll have a really, really, really good time. So I'm pretty sure Pat will be joining me in a few seconds. He had to step away there for a second. But, getting back to tonight's game, like I said, it's been 48 hours of just bad hockey. Speaking of the Devils, see, Pat, I just ran the ads while you were going.
Sure.
A little bit of a couple development today too, Pat. I was as I was going over the scoreboard. How about this too? Some Anaheim Mighty Ducks actually beat Carolina today in Carolina, 3-2. Another one that I actually was watching a little bit earlier was this Penguins and Blues game.
Yes.
Penguins won in overtime. And how about this? Flyers get thumped last night by Montreal, right?
Mm-hmm.
They go home tonight. Claude Giroux and the Senators come in there and spank them by the score of 5-2. And Boston just keeps rolling.
Bob, again, maybe the most complete team I've seen in a long time. And listen, as a Flyers fan, I hate to say that, but it is. They are the most complete team that I've seen in a very long time.
Here's the thing, though,
on all four lines.
Right, and you know what? We're looking at them going, oh my God, they're so stacked. But if you talk to a Bruins fan, and I know a few of them, and they're just like our boy Insanio that checks in on our show, my buddy Stevie, he checks in. He's from up there, man. And you know what they say? They're like, all right, yeah, show us when the playoffs come. Like they're not worried about it until they see the playoffs. You know what I mean? So with that
Well,
being said,
yeah, I
yeah,
mean, and same like when I was down in Disney this past September, like I ran into a Bruins fan, and it's just like for them, like their expectation is cup or bust. You know what I mean? It's not like, I'm satisfied at first round. Like I literally talked with a guy who was not pleased with the team. Like, listen, if you want to swap shoes at any time, let me know. You know what I mean? I'll trade you
yeah.
for this hot bag of garbage
I'll tell you what
anytime.
though, the game of the day looked like it was probably the first game of the day, the game earlier this afternoon, which was Columbus and Edmonton, 11 goals in that game. Uh, Columbus comes back and beats Edmonton 6-5. So, I mean, it's been a pretty good day of hockey. I saw a couple games today. I was kind of bouncing around.
Hmm.
But, hey, we're not going to stick too much longer on this, Pat, because how
No,
much more can you really talk about a 7-0 loss other
no,
than, they need to get their stuff together, man. And it's just been,
it's bad, and maybe
it's
they
bad.
bounce back. Maybe they bounce back. Hopefully, coming up soon. I think they got a game Wednesday, so they get themselves a nice little break. They got to go to. They have to face the Rangers, so maybe it's a nice little break there. And then then you got a nice little break. So next week is a better stretch for them because they get a break going against Rangers, and then don't have to play till Sunday night against what's like you and I just alluded to, a sneaky good Red Wings team.
Yeah, they
So
are. They're pretty good, man. And I'll tell you what, I like what the culture's building there. It kind of reminds me, what it kind of reminds me back in the 90s when
hmm
Detroit was starting to become a playoff team, and they were just hanging around, and all of a sudden they got everything clicked for them within like a 4-year span, and they were going to cups, winning cups, and going to the East, Western Conference Finals then. So I think it's going to
right.
be real interesting to see too, because you can't
And
count
like I
out
said, Buffalo's there
Toronto,
too.
Buffalo,
Buffalo's in there.
Toronto. Yeah, Buffalo's
Toronto.
getting better. Toronto's right where they are. You know,
And we just saw last week Toronto just sold the whole house to I mean the Blues just sold their whole house to Toronto. So again, everyone this is sell or buy right now, and we all know the problem is I don't know who wants to buy what from. I mean, maybe Morgan Frost goes,
I I don't
and
think
it just
Frost is going to. I don't think Frost is going to go. I think it would be JVR is going to go. He's definitely on the trade block. I mean, you're not going to get nothing back for him. He's in the last year of his deal, so he's a rented player right now. But I think he goes. They might be able to get rid of Kevin Hayes too. Hayes will probably go. You can probably get something a little better for Hayes because he's still in his prime.
that. And after what I saw tonight, I mean, listen, I get it. Like, a lot of people jumped on my case as usual on Facebook saying I'm an idiot and all this stuff about Sam Harrison because he got cooked tonight. And I was expected because of one
Dude,
text, but
you could Bernie Perrant,
Patrick
Patrick
Waugh,
Waugh, they would all got lit tonight. There was
Lindros,
no,
I
yeah,
mean, Ron Hextall could be in there.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah. No, I
you know
mean
what I
it
mean?
doesn't matter. Like when your defense in front of you doesn't play defense, this is what's going to happen. I don't care how great your goaltender is. You know what
Right,
I mean? If he's on an island by himself, he can't play 1-on-5, and it's just been bad,
right.
just bad. And you know, hopefully they can get it together against the Rangers. I seriously doubt it because the Rangers got a pretty good squad as well. So it just seems like the beatings are going to continue.
Yeah,
So like I said, man, we got to take this on the chin. Not like we want to take this on the chin, but it's
right.
been it's tough. I mean, to come on here and try and talk about a 7-0 loss, there's really not much you could talk about other than
No,
hopefully.
I got to pump out this article. I mean, touchdown Devils. That's all I go. That's going to be my headline. The
Well,
Devils playground.
listen. Hey, look, I wrote the article last night for the Habs, so and I didn't see that coming. I thought that was going to be a win for the Flyers. Watching that game last night, I was like, oh God, you sneezed and it was 3-0 Montreal. You're like, what's going on here?
I'm telling you, I was flipped between this and the Sixers tonight, and every time I flip this way, and again tonight's story was the turnovers in the neutral zone. The turnovers were right there. I mean, the Devils did what they wanted. Again, they read the Flyers defense and offense like a book, like Reigns Rainbow. The Flyers want to go over here, cross, the cross pass, whatever, the dump chase, whatever they want to do. Devils read that like a playbook
Yeah,
and
it's
took full advantage
well.
of it.
Here's the problem when you keep running the same offense for 30 years. The
All
book
right.
is out. Like, I'm sorry, dude. They were doing dump and chase. They were doing dump and chase when they had Lindros here.
And again,
It's not that same
this,
NHL.
and you got to remember these head coaches get paid millions of dollars to break down film on you. And this is again, and like you said, the stories out in the John Tortorella playbook, the whole the Chuck Fletcher scheme, all of it. I mean, it's there the offense, defense. I mean, really like. And again, why do we as a fan base need to get tortured with this sloppy play? Why? Everything else in the city is clicking to be good. Even a soccer team looks clicking to be good, but we get stuck in hockey hell with this team.
Yeah, well, it's because you have people in charge that are making the decisions on who runs the team that are not clearly owners.
Passionate.
Yeah, to them it's a business, and that's why, like my son said it the best. My son said to me, he said, "Dad, I'm not going to watch a Flyers game or worry about the Flyers until they
Smart
sell
man.
the team. Until they sell the team," which I hope they do. Like they need an owner. They don't need a corporation running them because when a corporation runs things, they're only worried about making money, and it's
Yeah, but
you know
at this point, like, don't you see a bunch of black seats sitting there? Like, no one, you're not getting cash when no one's there. You know what I mean? You have
they
to.
don't care. Yeah,
You have to rely again. You're relying on Chuck Fletcher to make some good picks. And again, this goes back to this press conference from last year, and it drives me wild. It goes back to the press conference from last year. They lied through their teeth. They said this team should be in the thick of things within the next 2 years. So I'm
well,
thinking,
they were, Pat. He didn't lie. He just said you're going to be in the thick of things, but it was for Connor Bedard, not the Stanley Cup.
oh, okay. Well,
So
make it clear that you're looking to tank. And again, look, listen. When we saw this tank, and again, it always goes back to square one. We were teased because we had teams from the summer looking really good. We had an unstoppable football team, and we wanted to be teased. And again,
the Flyers
the
started
Flyers in
played well.
November. When Flyers November comes around, I just go. I'll see what they look like on the other side of it, and it was pure slop. And look, listen, 6 points out at one point, 6 points away. I'm like, okay, I'm getting a little optimistic, and I ran into it.
They do enough to reel you in just so they can
Reel you out.
reel you out. Well, Pat, listen, I know me and you, we got an early day tomorrow. So, guys,
Yes,
make sure
sir.
you tune in 9 a.m. tomorrow. Me and Pat, P&M in the AM. You're going to get all this great content along, probably with a comedy show going on tomorrow. But
Nonstop.
So, guys, we will be joining you then. For Pat from Ambler, I'm Big Mike Laura, man. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
See ya. Cold beans. Oh, we're still on.
What the? Dude, this thing's there.